Geoff Horst. Geoff, are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you, so you can start.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to present today. This will be a pretty big shift compared to the talks that have come so far. My goal is to show you a little bit about the history about how we commercialized a Euglena product and brought it to market. And so this is based upon our experience at Algal Scientific, which is a company that I had co-founded about 10 years ago, and then how that's changed since we were acquired by Kemin Industries about 3 years ago. So the main business goal was to actually commercialize a Euglena-based beta-glucan for immune support. So I'm pretty sure that everyone's familiar that Euglena has the unique ability of making beta-glucan, and beta-glucan has a long history of research into providing immune support for animals. But as of 10 years ago, there really wasn't any companies that were producing Euglena-based beta-glucans. And the main objective for us initially was to actually provide an alternative to antibiotics for animals. And so we're all familiar with antibiotic resistance. And our hypothesis was that if we could provide immune support for chickens and pigs and fish, that might be able to help eliminate the need for prophylactic antibiotic use. And so tomorrow I'm actually speaking as part of a panel talking about commercialization, but the goal today is just to show you how did we transition from research and very small scale up through large scale. And so part of that is just the production platform. And so we're using dark fermentation. And so back in 2012, we were at the shake flask scale where we optimized the process conditions. So maximizing growth rates, maximizing conversion of your immediate conversion into biomass. We then quickly scaled up to a 20-liter bioflow fermenter. So many of you might be familiar with those kind of research lab fermenters. After we had optimized conditions at that scale, then we made a big jump up to 500-liter fermenters. And this is really the scale that allows you to figure out, do you have different shear? Do you have different conditions that are happening at that larger scale? But you're also starting to generate some massive quantities of biomass, which is what you need to do in order to start doing some animal testing. Surprisingly, the scale-up occurred relatively easily. So we actually achieved even better performance metrics at 500-liter scale. So then we felt comfortable moving to the next scale, which was a 7,000-liter fermenter, which is quite large. That allowed us to generate multiple dried tons of material at a time. And then finally, in 2015, we moved to our current facility, which is a large 30,000 square foot facility where we have 22,000-liter fermenters. So those are basically full commercial scale fermenters. And we've also been achieving similar performance metrics, so yields and conversion efficiencies. The next thing that's important for commercializing a product is actually then to demonstrate a couple key things. One is just simply demonstrating the mode of action. This is where we really relied upon the prior research from all the beta-glucan researchers over many decades. We simply repeated a lot of those trials using paramylon and beta-glucan from Euglena. We then moved into funding some highly controlled university trials. And so this is where you have high replication. This was with both mice, chickens, pigs, fish, and shrimp. And then finally, we moved into real customer trials. And so we were going into the largest pig and chicken and fish manufacturers. And so that's where you do millions of chickens at a time to see if you can actually achieve beneficial effects. And then I think Scott will be talking a little bit about safety and efficacy tomorrow. But the last component is really to make sure, is your product going to be safe? And so the obligation is on the producer to demonstrate safety. And so we funded several $100,000 worth of safety trials to demonstrate that the product is safe. So we'll also speak a little bit about this tomorrow, but there are some benefits to collaborating and partnering up. And in our case, we were acquired by Kemin Industries, which is a large multinational company. And since that acquisition in 2017, we've now had our products introduced into pretty much every major market across the globe. And we've now been able to expand into a variety of different industries, not only in animal health and human health, but also into plant health. So my contact information is here. So if you have any questions, you're happy to reach out to me. Thanks.
Thank you, Geoff. Do we have any questions? Because I can see that the chat is quite sleepy now, so maybe we could ask live. Nobody?